So now we have discussed the first day of work from 0 to 8 hours. I have discussed the briefing from -8 hours to 0 hours. So now it's time for the second day, 9 to 16 hours. So we have now reached, we have done the banners, we have posted the banners, we have sent a mass email, we have made our search and selection plan, and we have done some interviews from other vacancies, we have done some emailing, and we have sent our search and selection plan to the client and our manager. And now we are having the second day. So the second day is a day without any new vacancies. So what we do in this second day is again that we plan every hour of the day and we fill it with activities. And we fill it with activities and we stick to what we plan to do. So we are not going randomly through the day so that then we do an email, then we do a phone call, then we do an interview. No, we have planned it exactly. Why should we plan it exactly? Well, that's easy. To increase your success rate. Why do we want to increase your success rate? Because if you have a higher success rate, you get a higher bonus. And if you have a higher bonus, we can also give you a higher salary. And we know that you like and that you prefer to have rather a higher salary than a lower salary. So if you come to work, then why don't you work as hard as you can, to increase the output of all what you do, to get a higher quality, to get more output, so that we can help you to achieve a higher salary, that we can help you to achieve a higher bonus. It's the purpose of our company in 2018 and 2019 to increase the salaries as much as we can. It's the purpose, the first priority of the owners of the company, to increase your salaries and to increase your bonuses in 2018 and 2019. Our first priority. So I do hope that you let us help you to achieve that. But the choice is yours. You have to do it. We can only tell you, we can guide you, we can advise you, but you have to do it. And if you're not going to do it, then it will not happen. Right? But that it's not going to happen, it's not an option. Because we go for star quality and we will take you there. It's the same as that whenever you get a vacancy, you make the commitment, no matter how difficult this vacancy is, no matter how bad the client is, no matter how bad the region is, no matter how bad the salary is, I am going to fill that vacancy, right? So, what are we going to do the second day? And that is that for 4 hours, you dedicate your time to the search and selection part. So you execute your search and selection plan. And you stick on that for 4 hours. So you are calling all the companies where you had to headhunt the people. You are going into LinkedIn of those companies. You see which people are working from that company and are registered on LinkedIn, and you're going to contact them all. You're doing filters in talent base, and you do a lot of you execute all your search tools. Of course, you have planned for at least 2 or 3 hours interviews, because if you want to be successful as a recruiter, you have to do at least 80 interviews per month, which are 20 interviews per week. And that is between 10 hours to 20 hours. So that can be 25% to 50% of your time, right? And you plan those interviews. Why do you think that we think that you should do 80 interviews or more? Well, and that's very simple. That's a best practice, right? Because we know that if you do at least 80 interviews per month, you do 4 or more placements per month. And if you do 4 or more placements per month, you have a cool bonus. And we are sure that you like that. And if you do that regularly, so every month you do at least 4 placements or 6 placements and 8 placements, we are able to increase your salary. So you're not only going to increase your bonus, but you're also going to increase your salary. And that's why we think that it makes a lot of sense that you do at least 80 interviews. And the very best recruiters, they show that you can also do 100 interviews per month. Of course. Because if you realize that the more interviews you do, the more money you make, the more fulfilled you are, the more successful you are, then you don't do 80 interviews. You will do 100 interviews or 110 interviews, because you can Skype, you can use telephone, you can do face-to-face interviews. So, that first day, you dedicate yourself 4 hours to your search and selection plan. You dedicate 3 hours to interviewing. And then you have 1 hour left. And in that 1 hour left, you do the rest of your emails, you do your social media, you talk with your colleagues, and you empty your inbox again. So let's go a little bit to the highlights of the search and screening, right? We have a lot of search tools. Actually, we have 48 search tools, and we divide those 48 search tools in passive search tools, post and pray. So you send a mass email, you put your banners on all the social media, you and your colleagues share the post with each other, and that is a passive search tools. Then you have active search tools. That is direct headhunting, finding the people you need through LinkedIn, calling the companies. Another active search tool is that if you need salespeople in a certain industry and you know there is an exhibition of that industry, you go to the exhibition. And on the exhibition, there are all the salespeople you need. So you get business cards and you talk to people, right? But I will talk about the 48 search tools into details in a separate chapter, because there are 48, so those are a lot, right? A great tool is Talentbase, right? That is the best recruitment tool you can dream of. If you are able to work with Talentbase, then you will increase your success rate dramatically. Well, if you are a newcomer, you think that Talentbase takes a lot of time. And you think that working with Excel sheets is good enough. Well, you're wrong, because the people who work best with Talentbase are also the high achievers. Those are the people with star quality. They do 4 to 8 to 12 placements per month. You can't beat that with just an Excel sheet. You need discipline. You need to walk your talk. You need to follow your plan. Candidate experience. If you are doing search and if you are selecting candidates, you need to make a great candidate experience, right? In this respect, I would say that you should treat your candidates the way you like to be treated if you are a job seeker. Yeah? And you like to be treated in a respectful manner. You like to be welcomed by a recruiter who is smiling and who is grateful that you took the effort to come. Because you are not there for the job seeker. The job seeker is there for you. So be grateful that they take the effort that they take the effort to meet with you and to talk to you, because they have a choice. There are thousands of agencies out there. There are thousands of recruiters out there, but they come to meet with you. So better be grateful. Attitude is important in this respect. So I will talk with you again about attack. Having the right attitude, the technique, the action, and the culture, right? And when you meet with candidates, your attitude is paramount. It's so important, because your candidates will be happy with your interview, or they will not be happy with your interview. If you leave a wonderful, awesome impression, these candidates will refer you to other people. So whenever you leave a wonderful, beautiful impression to the people you interview, you will get many more candidates. So that is what we mean if we tell you make love with your candidates. So if your candidate comes to the office at 3:45, but he or she was supposed to be there at 4 o'clock, but you get a phone or a message from the receptionist, hey, your candidate already arrived. You don't wait until 4 o'clock. You don't let that person wait. You stop with what you were doing and you ran to that person and you give that person a hand. You give your most radiant smile and you say, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it a lot that you took the effort to meet with me. So let's go to the meeting room. And what would you like to drink? We have tea, coffee, or something else. What is it what I can give you? That is attitude. That is the way you deal with a candidate. And then when you sit, again, you smile and you say, I have read your CV. Beautiful CV. Is it okay for you that we discuss it? Can I make notes? Is that okay for you? And the person thinks, wow, what a nice person. And then technique comes in, because you have to ask the right questions. So first of all, you are prepared and you know their CV. So you have prepared your questions. But you basically ask 3 kind of questions. And those are the what, when, what did you do, when did you do it. Those are the facts. And actually you check the facts for around 60-70% of the entire interview. Then you ask the why questions. Why did you leave that company? Why would you like to apply for this job? Why did you do those studies? Why did you do these things? And that covers maybe 20% of the time. And on those answers, whatever people answer, you will ask them, what does it mean to you? What do you mean by that? And with those last 10%, what is it you mean with that? You get into the detail. You get the most essential information, and you will see if that candidate qualifies for the vacancy or not. This technique also asks you to learn about the jobs those people do, about their profession, so that you know what you are talking about, that you speak the language from your candidates. And for that, again, of course, you need a specialization. The third aspect is action, right? You have to take action, right? You have to meet as many candidates and interview as many candidates as you possibly can. Because if you want to select the Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, You must be able to compare many candidates. If you only interview 3 or 4 candidates, you have nothing to compare and you're not sure that you introduce the very best people. If you have interviewed 20 or 30 candidates for the vacancy, you are sure that the candidates you introduce are the best of the best. And that is action. You take relentless action. And after each meeting, after each interview, you send your candidates a thank you letter or a thank you email. You inform your clients if you have something essential to share with them. And then the next step is the culture, right? Do these people fit into the culture? Did I help the candidate? Did I give the candidate tips? Did I immediately reject the candidate if the candidate didn't qualify? Many recruiters postpone rejecting the candidate. If you postpone to reject your candidate, you create more work for yourself. So lots of candidates which you interview do not qualify for that job. Probably 50 to 70% do not qualify. Help yourself and show respect to your candidate and reject that person on spot, because then the person is able to ask you questions and you are able to explain it in a wonderful, nice, personal manner. There's nothing so insulting than to send a standard email, okay, thank you for the interview, but I reject you, and have fun, and I wish you a lot of success in the rest of your career. That is disrespectful. If you want to show respect and if you want to make love with your candidate, you tell on spot why you have to reject him or her. And then you have the opportunity to discuss maybe other vacancies for this person. So show respect, be good for your candidates, and be good for yourself. Because whenever you postpone rejecting the candidate, you create more work for yourself and you create disappointed people. And your purpose is, or your attitude is, to leave an awesome impression. Right? Because you do an interview and you have a choice. Am I going to do an awesome interview? Am I going to do an average interview? Or am I going to do a horrible interview? That choice is totally yours. And whenever you want to work with us, we want you to do star quality, and we want you to leave every time again an awesome impression.